still a little high.
So we're live right now?
Yeah, we're live at the moment,
All right.
but no one's here yet because no one knows we're here yet.
Oh, they know. Same bat time, same bat channel.
We haven't done it in a few weeks, have we?
I know, I'm pretty sure they're disappointed or going through withdrawals or something.
Yeah, but you abandoned us.
It's not too terrible.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Let me get logged in to do the chat. Oh, we got 5 people here. Hey, man. Thank you. We are getting set up. We never announce these things, so we always give people a few minutes to catch up to us. Also, you were going to hear some noises. We lost somebody already.
Nope, wrong channel.
You're going to hear some noises in the background. The kids are still up for time being. They'll probably go to bed here in the next couple of minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting logged in so we can do the chat. We are, this evening, drinking something new. Founders Scottish Style Ale. And then it's Dirty Bastard Scottish Style Ale. I don't know what that is.
Dirty bastard for 2 dirty bastards.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're up. Tactical Homestead is here. Hello. Arcadio, hello. Shalom, Aaron Goodman. Freedom Dad is here. Shalom. And Isaac is with us. All right.
Can I put this in the trash, Mom?
Ooh, that's not bad. Yeah.
What is it, son?
A bone.
It's strong, though. I mean, there's a...
8.5.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. It's higher alcohol. Dark ruby in color and brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts. Complex in finish with hints of smoke and peat. Paired with a malty richness and the right hook. A right hook. It's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Right hook of hop power to give it the bad attitude that a beer named Dirty Bastard has to live up to. Ain't for the
Someone
wife,
just asked.
lads.
Yeah, someone just asked. We're drinking dirty bastards.
Dirty Bastards. It's a Founder Scottish Style Ale. What we're talking about this evening is DeSantis. Is it Ron DeSantis? It's Ron DeSantis. It was Rick Perry and Ron DeSantis has announced a Florida State Defense Force, an armed Florida State Defense Force that will be free of, I believe he used the word unencumbered by the federal government.
I haven't heard
You
about
didn't
this.
hear about this? Oh, this is huge. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Ron DeSantis. Thank you, Isaac. I always get the Ron and the Rick. I don't know why. Good evening from Dixie County, Florida. Robert, we're talking about your state, your defense force. Power washing the cells. Oh, Isaac, I spent the whole day in jail power washing the cells. I'm a janitor. It stunk. I bet. I have spent some time in a jail cell. I am not ashamed to admit. Yeah, well, that's the question, Aaron. So is this
Is this?
All right, well, go to bed then.
What? That's never popped up before.
is this now the state defense forces are not unheard of. Georgia has one, but it's not armed. Although
They do?
yeah,
Or they do?
a long time ago, I worked for a newspaper as a reporter.
Is it
And-
the Florida State Guard or nothing's popping up?
It's like Defense Force, I think is what he's calling it. And I actually interviewed the commander of the Georgia State Defense. I think he called the Georgia Civil Defense Force, or hey, Bryce, Georgia State Defense Force or Georgia Civil. I don't know. This would have been back in like 2003ish.
Look how CNN phrased it. The first one.
Oh, DeSantis proposes funding for Georgia National or Florida National Guard.
That he would control.
Oh yeah. Where's that?
The first one. Right?
Oh yeah. That he would control. Yeah, it's freaking him out.
A new civilian military force in Florida that he would control.
Yeah, it's like
You should be afraid.
Yeah, I was reading some of the, Isaac, you guys did have a badass militia. You guys carried the whole country on your back there for a few years. I was reading some tweets from some of the usual libs, and they were just freaking out. It was like, oh! The thing is, Georgia's got one of these, but I don't think Georgia's is armed. But it's like they could be. I can't remember. It was a little gray, but this was back like 2004, 2003. And I read today that New York and California both have something similar as well. So, you know, as usual, they're freaking out. Oh, this is the first step on the road to fascism. Of course, how can they say we're on the first step to the road to fascism? They must have said something else. Couldn't have been first step, because they're always accusing us of being fascist. But what really excites me about this is, you know, I've had a big video, not a big video, but I did a video in the past where I had this big bold statement about, you know, the death of the military service in our family. And, you know, we've served in, you know, every conflict since the French and Indian War. And is this a way to get our sons some military service? You know, I know the one here in Georgia, the guy I interviewed for the newspaper was wearing camis. He was in a camouflage uniform.
I mean, I can put on camouflage.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, if it was the official, like their uniform was camouflage, so that's at least saying that they're not trying to distance themselves from the military.
That's how MSNBC.
MSNBC, DeSantis wants Florida to establish its own military force. He can't be trusted. Oh, I thought you had to have F-15s and nuclear bombs to threaten the federal government.
What are they worried
They're
about?
like, no, you can't arm walkers. Did they make camouflage tennis balls to go on the bottom of those walkers there?
A little bit of rattle cans we can.
These old people with an AR-15 mounted on their walker, you know. I have to put it on a swivel mount.
That would be awesome.
That would be great. Someone should sell that.
You could armor plate it.
Howell County, Missouri, reporting in. Hey, George Washington. Oh, Isaac's going to take some training at the Sig Sauer Academy. Sig Sauer. Now, that was this kid that shot up the Michigan high school just used Sig Sauer to do that. The P2022, which I used to own. I had one briefly. I didn't like it. I traded it. It wasn't a terrible pistol, but it wasn't great. But I think, as I remember correctly, that's the French military service pistol, or was for a while. It may still be the 2022. Machine gun wheelchair tactical. I don't know why they would put 22 in the title of a pistol.
I thought it was a 22, but it's
No,
9 millimeter,
It's
right?
9 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very, very bad marketing. So do we have our sons join the Defense Force?
It's like I'm gonna join the Defense Force.
Yeah.
Well, 2 men aren't in the National Guard, so it should be mandatory.
Yeah, but now with the vaccine mandates and, you know, the transgendered lesbian seagulls and, you know, even the Marine Corps has gender integrated boot camp now. I'm on the Paris Island Training Depot Facebook page, and they put up a picture. Hey, 80 in here, how you doing? They put up a post recently, and it was all female drill instructor team in charge of this platoon. Now, how the hell are you?
You're gonna take that serious.
Yeah. Oh, and now these guys are gonna go with the infantry from, you know, there's gonna be infantrymen in there, and they're
Not
boot
putting
camp.
down women, but there's a difference.
There is a difference. There's a difference. They can't do it. You know, it's not possible. Women can't do what men can do in that sphere. It's just not possible. And I've been there and I've seen them try, and they couldn't. The Glock 45 is a 9 millimeter. Yes, that is confusing.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I don't like Glocks. Now, part of Hunter Kirk died hearing that. I'm not sure what part. Probably the part about the boot camp. Are we discussing my based Governor DeSantis? Best governor, maybe? Yeah, we are, Emmanuel Goldstein. We're talking about his defense force. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great idea. I think if he does it and the right people join, then this is a step in the right direction for the rebirth of the militia.
Someone was wearing a shirt. I forget who it was. It said "Make America Florida." I think it was Shapiro.
That's awesome. Goldstein says he wants to join, but it looks like it's going to be mostly for vets, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But not really. No, we need to be able to get our young men in and get this training.
Without them having to go into the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, I guess if you're just starting it up,
Yeah.
you want the culture to get established, so you start off with vets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Freedom Dad at Franklin Homestead. He's from Cedar County. I would like to say I would do this. I don't know where I'd have the time.
Yeah, so I was gonna
That's
say,
the problem.
I don't have no time to.
And so this is what makes me a hypocrite, because I'm all about militia. And then I just got a notification a few weeks ago that I haven't even responded to yet. I apologize, sir. It's like, hey, we're having a field training exercise in December. I can't go. I got something else, and I talk about how important the militia is, but then I don't do anything about it. So real life makes liars of us all. But these guys have a good range. They've got like a 300-yard range. So, I mean, we should go down there. It's just, when we're behind on our stuff up here. We haven't done anything up here in
I don't want to embarrass myself in front of everybody.
over a year. It's been over a year since we've done any training, isn't it?
Yeah. Our leadership is slacking. I'm not the leader of anything.
Who is our leadership?
I can barely lead myself.
Our leadership has gotten a little shaky here. Our old leader has been geographically separated from us. And our new leader hasn't stepped up. Oh, Sister Kate had a live stream. I didn't realize we were stepping on. Of course, I don't think we could step on Sister Kate. I think we've only got 22.
It's average.
Tactical Homestead. I think we're usually in the 40s, aren't we?
Give it time. Give it time.
Tactical Homestead trained this morning. What did you do, Tactical Homestead? And what was Sister Kate talking about, somebody? She's always got interesting live streams. Okay, Isaac has some news he wants to share. The Patriot nurse sent him a message a few days ago. She has been locked out of her account, and YouTube deleted 30 of her videos because of her opinion.
Well, that's common for YouTube.
What opinion did she have, though? I mean, she obviously has opinion. I'm saying, what opinion did she have? Like, she never had. She has opinions now. Don't get me wrong, but I'm wondering which one it was that got her locked out. She has been. I wonder how long she's locked out. Usually they lock you out for a week, I think. They keep locking Crowder out for a week. Oh, about the vaccine. Them and their damn vaccine.
Yep, can't talk about that.
Yeah, Reed. Yeah, they lock her out. Reed's all the time talking about the militia and revolution and overthrowing the government. And they've never locked him out once.
Who?
Reed Hendricks, her husband.
Oh, okay.
I think they're married. If they're not married, they're long-term live-ins. George Washington bought a new-to-him Savage Model 74 falling block. I did not know Savage made a falling block. I really, really, really like falling blocks.
What is a falling block?
So a single-shot rifle that has a little lever underneath. It actually looks a little tiny bit like a lever action, but you push the lever down and forwards, and the breech is just this big block, and it falls down, and you slide around into the chamber from the rear, pull the lever back up, the block comes back up, and it cocks. That same thing too. Oh, I didn't know Reed had been banned before, Isaac. Lance Corporal Veteran. I'm now very insulted that I haven't been banned.
We're working on it hard.
What's wrong with me? Why haven't I been banned?
Hey, Susan, you want to impress me? Show us your tits.
Hey, Wozniak. What's her name? Her name's not Wozniak. It's like
Susan
Wojciechowski.
Wojcinski or some shit.
Yeah. Trapdoor. The trapdoor is different than a falling block, I think, Isaac. But I don't know what the differences are. I might, maybe they are similar. But I think the trapdoor. Oh, did the trapdoor pivot up? The trapdoor may have just pivoted up, and then you slid it in the back. I don't remember. Someone will tell us. But yeah, I had a Ruger #1 that I was in love with for years. It was in 30-06. It had an 18-inch barrel, and it was just beautiful. I loved it. But I traded it when I decided to get my first AR-15. I had to sell it to buy parts. I would love to have that little rifle back, though. It was just the handiest, lightest. I mean, just boom, and lay on your ass if you weren't careful.
Yeah.
Clancy Russells, hello from Oklahoma. Hello, Clancy. Randall Davidson says, Bays, we'll have a musket. It's a hunting rifle. This was not your Faith Family Freedoms rifle. Although I did take we have a range lined up for the BOF rifle video. So if everything goes right, I'll shoot that video next weekend. And we'll put that up the following weekend. I might even put it up early, I don't know. But the Sasquatch is letting us come up to his place, and he's got a big long field, and we'll be able to stretch it out a little bit and do what I want to do with the test isn't the right word. Just kind of show the point. I want to be able to set basically take a sheet of plywood, cut in half, put a 4x4 piece, put one half over here, one half over here, and then do a transition from one to the other on the binary, on the echo mode they call it, putting 4 rounds in each one, and kind of seeing at maybe 100 yards, maybe more, what kind of accuracy I can get out of it, or pattern, or there's this called the beaten zone when you're doing full auto. When you're doing machine gun fire, the machine gunners would talk about the beaten zone, and that would be the area that they were putting bullets into, because it's not a precise point thing. There's a zone that they're trying to get all their as small as possible. That's my understanding. Maybe the beaten zone was the zone they could cover. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up.
We need to clarify, he does not have a full automatic machine gun. YouTube.
Unless it'll get me banned for a week. Because, there's weeks where I don't post videos anyway, so a 7-day ban would just be good for my ego, It wouldn't actually affect the channel.
We can handle the ban, just not the knock at the door.
Okay, I do not have a full automatic. I should be able to, but I don't. Now, Randall Davidson says that the Palmetto State Armory Dagger is just a Glock Gen 3. Okay, someone is debating 30-06 versus 308. Ooh, fun. Okay, let's go back up. If you're going to get a single shot, get a cannon. Major Ken is heading back to North Carolina from the backwoods of Georgia. We're in the backwoods of Georgia, Major Ken. Where were you? You should have shot me an email. Okay, trapdoor at the top of the breech is hinged and opens up on a falling block. The breech drops down with a lever.
Open the trap door.
So yeah, it sounds like there's this one you open and then lower it. Okay. So maybe the breech block is just a falling block plus, maybe. I'll look that up because that's interesting. I would love to buy an iron sight bolt gun someday. Should I get a 308 or a 30-06? Dun dun dun. You have opinions on this?
I like the 30-06, but I can't tell you why. It's the first gun I've ever used to shoot a deer with.
So the 308 is a 30-06 that's been cut down. So here's what you got to know. In 1903, you've all heard of the 1903 Springfield. That was the military bolt action rifle that we used in World War I. So America basically took the Mauser and just copied it. It's the 1903 is just a Mauser that got copied. And at the same time, they made a new round based off the new ideas about, velocity and everything, and lower caliber, because we've been using a 45 up to that point, I think. And they called it the 30-03, because it was a 30 caliber bullet, and they adopted it in the year 30-03. Well, it was just a damn beast of a round. Even in 1903, it was just too much. It was just beating the shit out of everybody, and their accuracy scores were just. So they downsized it in 1906, 06, and then they called the new one 30-06. So 30-06 is a downsized 30-03. So when they downsized it, they had different powders back then and everything. So basically, it was the size it needed to be at the time. But fast forward to the 50s, and they could get the exact performance they wanted out of their 30-06 in a shorter package, because the 30-06 is long.
Yeah.
So with new powders, they could get the performance they wanted from their 30-06 out of the 308. And they wanted some different. They didn't need the accuracy, the range anymore. So they did downsize some of the what's the word I'm looking for? Qualifications, specifications, some, because they actually kept 30-06 in the BAR all the way up into Vietnam. Okay, so if you want that exact performance, you can get it in that shorter package, and what that means is you can have a shorter action, which means it has a slightly higher accuracy potential. But if you want, 30-06 has all this flexibility in it, because there's all this excess capacity in that case from all the way back to when it was a 30-03, and so you can have this really, 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 really versatile round. You can load it up to like 220 grain. Maybe I've seen 300 grain bullets too. Don't quote me on any of this. But the 308's 155 grain usually, and I think you can get them with like 180. And I'm sure there's weird stuff too. So if you have a hunting rifle, though, not a military rifle, I think the 30-06 is the better choice, because you've got all these options that you can get. This really high power, basically the 30-03 almost. Or, you can get it downloaded down around 308, and it's just a really versatile round, but slightly longer. If length, I don't think for most of us that length is a problem. You're not going to get any more of them in a magazine. You can just have a slightly shorter action.
But they're not interchangeable.
No, it's not like 357, 38. No, but if you look at them side by side, they're very, very similar. The 308 looks like a 30-06 that had a segment cut out of it, which is basically what it was. Okay.
We still didn't answer this question, but
I say 30-06. That was my answer.
okay, all right. Sorry, he did answer the question. I wasn't listening.
But if you want,
When he drones on, I kind of just turn him off. But yeah, I would say 30-06 too, but I don't have a reasoning like you did.
why do we even do these if I drone off and people space
Do
out?
it for them. For them.
Yeah, but
Not
you're
for me.
You're them. I mean, if you're spacing out, they're spacing out.
No.
Tactical Homestead. Oh, his training he did was pistol CQC, close quarters combat, with winter gear. That's interesting. Western Rifleman says the California State Guard is a joke. Not gonna lie, it's really up to your chain of command, funds, and seriousness of everyone involved. George Washington asked, anyone tried out the PS9 Dagger? I have not tried it. I am very, very interested in it, but that's just because I like Palmetto State Armory, because they're an hour and a half up the road. And when I go to their showroom,
4 hours and a half up the road.
and when I go to their showroom, I can also go to Twin Peaks.
That's what we call in the biz a win-win.
Win-win. Okay, do you have enough room on your land for a range, and so how many yards could you make it? I can do 50 yards here. I don't like to do the ARs unless we're just doing a zero, we're just maybe putting less than 20 shots downrange in a slow measured manner. It is safe-ish, but it's not ideal. It's perfectly fine for pistols. Like I said, 50 yards. I will not try you know what, maybe I will take the 200 round drum up there. I'm not doing a mag dump right now though with the way bullet prices are.
I haven't bought any ammo in a while. I have to
It's come down some. Daniel Hakila is really looking forward to a BOF vid semi-copying your idea. Tell us what you're doing, Daniel. I want to know what your take on it is. Which fat arthritis-ridden veteran wants to wobble down and enlist in the new Florida State Militia? Me. We were talking about the combat walkers earlier. We just need to find camouflage tennis balls to go on the bottoms.
And a swim out.
Yeah, that's what. Tactical Homesteads has a little experience with the Echo Trigger. Noah says it's a badge of honor. Walter Davis would join. Bob Jones, how you doing, Bob? We need to help promote and support the militias in Missouri. Yes, George Washington. If anyone has a militia they want to get highlighted, I will do a video on any militia that anyone tells me about. I will do a profile. I mean, I'm not a huge channel, but I can do what I can. And I will profile any militia that wants, as long as you're not some kind of crazy neo-Nazi, actual neo-Nazis. I mean, I know they accuse us all of being neo-Nazis. But if you're not actually a neo-Nazi and you're not, some crazed weirdo. Okay, it was a turn and burn moving